Welcome to the Practical Ascension Podcast. I'm your host and soul alchemist, Tracy Goody. Stay with me for practical guidance and flow for your modern life through this time of ascension. September 2020 Akashic Insight Forecast. So September is rolling in with the potential to bring a lot of connection to your inner wisdom and to clarity. But to engage that energy, remember to focus on the why and don't get sucked into illusions, drama, and escape. We have a lot of planetary retrogrades going on, so there's a lot of influences happening. So before I break down the 4 weeks for September, let's review what's going on with these planetary retrogrades. And by my count, we have 6 planets in retrogrades in September, and each is really bringing its own insightful clarity. So we have Pluto retrograde, and Pluto is still in retrograde throughout September, reminding us that we're supported to dive deeply into shadow work, releasing limiting programs, releasing control, and really stepping into more of an empowered divine feminine role. And Pluto is also bringing opportunity for clarity on your path and purpose, and this deeper understanding about who you really are. I love when Pluto's in retrograde because it makes the work that I do with my clients and that I do personally even deeper, and we get to go to some pretty fun places. So next up is Saturn retrograde, and this is supporting us with growth in the areas of connection. So how have you been feeling about connecting with others? How do you feel about authority figures? How do you feel about being accepted and accepting others in general? So this retrograde's really asking us to consider how we operate in these areas and if they represent who we truly are, or if they're patterns that we are just kind of going along with, right? So asking yourself those questions and really tuning in and saying, am I showing up in my life as who I really am, connecting to others, as the true me, or am I running a pattern? And is there some way that I can shift? Again, Saturn retrograde, really supportive for that. So next up is Jupiter retrograde, and this is until about mid-month. So the first few weeks of September, while this retrograde is still happening, you can increase your focus on your goals. So like soul level goals. So this is a beautiful time to ask if your goals and desires that you have set right now feel like they're soul level. So what I mean by that is, do you feel an emotional connection to them? Can you allow yourself to really feel that in every single cell of your body? Allow yourself to kind of take time to make sure that you're connecting into your goals like that, because in that way you're energetically magnetizing them to you as well. So Jupiter retrograde until about mid-month, get nice and clear on those goals. Then there's also Neptune retrograde. So this is a really transformational retrograde. I'm going to have to stop using that word because it's just tangling now. But that transformation can feel really challenging with Neptune. And many of us are going to want to escape with some Netflix or wine or whatever the escape of your choice is, right? Maybe you've been feeling this for the last few months. So this month, Neptune retrograde, it feels really tied into awareness of your truth and your connection to your inner truth. So under this retrograde, you are really empowered to pay attention and make choices that shift your reality. So there's so much opportunity here. But I mean, that urge to escape and run away is real. So if you notice that coming up for you, take a big breath and really remind yourself that there is power in your inner knowing and only you can shift your reality. So you're just pulling your power back in whenever you're kind of just like, I don't want to deal with this right now. I don't want to deal with this. Pull your power back in, take a breath, and see how much deeper you can go, see how much further you can go. Next up is Uranus retrograde. And again, we are so supported to shift. So taking a look at your belief system and breaking down what is not serving you. We're just so supportive for this work right now. So consider what you're currently attracting into your life. So that's basically just, what's going on right now. Those are the things you've been attracting. Ask what beliefs will support you to shift your point of attraction into more of what you desire. So again, it's this inner reflection, and this is what these retrogrades are all about. It's turning within and looking within. But asking what beliefs are really going to support you. You can shift your beliefs. You can shift your way of thinking. But again, only you can do that. And once you do that, then you can shift your point of attraction. But those beliefs have to come first. All right. Finally, Mars retrograde. So this retrograde begins on 9/9 and it wraps up on Friday the 13th, the day of the goddess, in October. So, what could go wrong, right? This is going to be an impactful retrograde. It's pretty short-lived though, but this is a real powerhouse. So I really want to first stress the importance of grounding and self-care. So breathing. I don't know why I feel like I have to remind you to breathe so much throughout September. But with all these retrogrades, change is inevitable. Change is happening. It is happening. You're going to be asked to look within for the answers, this Mars retrograde. When you find yourself looking outside of yourself for answers, you're already doubting yourself and you're already coming at it from without your empowered energy, right? You want to be turning within and asking yourself. All of this cosmic support is here to help you move to a more aligned path. So what I mean by that is, I'm not saying the path that you're on now is not aligned, but more aligned to exactly who you are and why you're here. So for some people, this means big changes, and for others, it's just small tweaks. Sometimes it's just shifts in beliefs so that you can allow that abundance in, so you can allow those opportunities in, so that you can have confidence in your gifts so that you start expressing them. So keep coming back to the big picture. Keep coming back to your why. Really connect into your heart. And when you connect with this inner knowing and this kind of grounded peace, you're going to be really supported by Mars with clear, inspired action steps to move forward. But the Mars retrograde throws a lot of energy around, so there can be some really high emotions going on in there too. So again, keep coming back within, keep coming back to your why, and you will get those clear steps to move forward. Okay, so that's what came through for the planetary retrogrades. So I'm also going to break it down into the 4 weeks of September now. So as we enter September, we're coming into it with this theme of forgiveness and healing. So allowing your higher perspective to really color your awareness. We're also starting off with a full moon too, so everything is intensified, right? All of those retrogrades intensified. So remind yourself that you are unconditionally loved. You are unconditionally accepted, worthy, and good. So again, I really want to stress this here as we're starting September. You are unconditionally loved, you are unconditionally accepted, worthy, and you are good. If you notice beliefs that try and convince you otherwise, use the start of the month full moon here, September 1st, 2nd, 3rd, to really help you let go and shift your focus back to the truth of your innate natural worth and brilliance, okay? See yourself as this. You have got this. You can see yourself as this, and you can begin to shift your reality. Your intuition and your higher awareness are expanded under this moon. So use this energy to be the observer. See your life circumstances from a higher perspective to help you let go of old beliefs. You can rise above and you can see your relationships, your circumstances, and even your progress towards your goals and desires from a higher perspective. So this first week of September is really ideal. It's really a great time for reflection and fresh insight. Letting your emotions speak to you and guide you, but not overcome and derail you. So again, remember that higher perspective, first week of September. Okay, as we move into the second week of September, taking action with the clarity and inspiration that you've gathered with the full moon. So go as guided. So really make it your time to take action on those intuitive nudges. Like seriously, ask yourself if you're living in a way that nourishes you on a soul level, and what can you do to deepen that, or what can you take action on to shift you into a place of deeper integrity with who you are? So when you're considering integrity from the perspective of like structural integrity, so something that is whole and complete, that is solid and grounded, ask yourself where in your life you are not in integrity with who you are. And your heart's going to answer. Breathe into your heart and ask this question. Again, only you have the power to shift your reality. So there's a bit of a theme coming out here, right? All right, finally, week 3 in September. So things are starting to feel even more divinely connected. Like it's almost like this spiritual spark is coming in this third week of September. So we're coming closer to the equinox, and there's always magic whenever this time of year comes, I find. Tune into your vision for yourself, tune into your vision for humanity, and really let that vision expand. Take time to connect into the earth, to ground, and to really open your heart, trusting the process. So this equinox is perfect to remind yourself of the cycle of growth. We can get so caught up in needing to know the how and needing to know what comes next, that the cycle of growth can sometimes be scary. So again, it's that whole thing that sometimes you have to be in the dark and might not know exactly what's going on or what's coming next, but it's all part of the process. So again, just considering the harvest, right? At this fall equinox time, considering the progress that a seed has to go through to come to fruition, right? So remind yourself of your amazing discernment and your guidance system. When you turn inward, you'll always know the way to go. You might have convinced yourself with beliefs otherwise that you don't know or that somebody knows better than you, but you do know. You do have that in there layered underneath. We also have the new moon this week, really supporting your intentions. So again, this is the third week of September here. And the message I get from this moon is to do what you feel inspired to do and don't allow force or stagnation to take the reins. So those are the other kind of sides of the coin. So there's this energy coming into this third week of September where you really support it for inspired actions. But if you're trying to force yourself to do something, or if you're staying still out of fear, it's going to feel quite uncomfortable. So get into that inspired action by tuning within and asking yourself, what is it for me? What's next? Tune into your vision. Tune into what feels really good for you. And then figure out the next action steps from there. All right, finally, we move fully into equinox energy this final week of September. And you have really been breaking down and moving through fear into deeper expansion all year, but all September. So if you can be courageous as you're creating space within yourself and within your life, you're really opening up to more love. So being courageous, looking at your beliefs, being courageous, looking at who you are, looking at your life, looking at what you've been attracting, you're making space for more love into your life. And when we look at the energy of the equinox, we're also reminded of this energy of balance. So things coming to fruition as well, right? So this balance of light and dark, equal night, equal day. So this energy really helps to boost and refine your intentions that you made earlier this year. And the more you celebrate the natural cycle and the value and progress of each phase, the more fruits you're going to see emerging. So in the northern hemisphere, we're entering the dark season, we're going into fall. And in the southern, the light is expanding, they're going into spring. So there's really this beautiful rebalance happening right now. Just like the earth is going through its rhythms, take time to tune into your own rhythm. So you're stepping out of kind of this societal time system that we're working in, and you're coming back into your own system. So allow yourself some time that final week of September, or anytime you feel guided, to connect into the energy of fulfillment and success. So what does fulfillment feel like for you on a soul level? So again, I'm thinking about the fall equinox here because this is what I'm experiencing in the northern hemisphere, this time of fulfillment, right? So be sure to pay attention to your energy levels as well when you feel called to rest and to take action. Because again, this changing of the seasons, you're changing as well. So your discernment and your self-trust is going to really lead the way for you here. And you're shifting with the seasons, so give yourself some space to reflect on what this coming season is all about for you. So there's all kinds of opportunity in September, but looking within really is a big theme here. Not getting caught up in kind of the drama and the story of what is, but reminding yourself of who you really are and the wisdom that's within you. All right, so thank you so much for tuning in to this September Akashic Insight Forecast, and I will see you soon.